Good luck, Tanjiro. Thank you, Mr. Oradaki. Stay safe. You too, Tanjiro. Hello, it is me, Wheat Anime or Anime Wheat, and I'm here to bring you part 2 of What If Tanjiro Had Wood Breathing? I made this one, okay? I made the entire list, if you have forgotten. Whew, today we're heading to Tokyo in this arc, which will be quite interesting given the things that happen in this episode. Um, Last week we went up to the final selection. We met Mr. Hagneska, and we did a lot of many other things. If you have forgotten, um, yeah. So without a further ado, I believe it's time to get into this. But first, go follow me on socials. All at We Anime. I'm I'm most places, mostly. I'm not everywhere, so yeah, you can definitely find me on Instagram. We Anime, cha-ching, bada bing. Anyways, I don't think I have much else to say. Um, so yeah, let me get a drink of water, and then we can actually get into the episode. Well, part 2, actually, the second part. Yeah. Let me get a drink of water, and I think you should too, and then we can get into this. See, I never realized that you can almost definitely hear my one of my bottles that I use. Like definitely. Like I know you can definitely hear it sometimes. I don't know for a true like definition. But last week when I was editing, not last week, a couple days ago, when I was editing my the video for the uh, Deku What If that's currently going on my channel as well. Um, I realized that yeah, you can definitely hear me getting a drink of my water. So hopefully I've dealt with that. And yeah, sorry if you hear like clothes like the that, and I think you can hear it. Yeah, sorry if you hear that. I am currently wearing a vest, a heated vest, because it's like I don't actually know how cold it is outside. I know it's dang cold. I know it's very cold though. Um, yeah, winter baby. Anyways, we can see Tanjiro running through the dark slowly. Not you can't run slowly, but yet running through the dark through a town with a demon scent on in his smell. In his nose. He would take a big old whiff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just purely weird, dog. I'm weird, aren't I? I think I might be weird. A little weird. Either way, Tanjiro would be running through this small village as then he would see the one lady getting taken. Well, not see her because she was taken, but getting information from around the town, from people to people. He would like switch, like his Hiyori is a like a reversible, so he would flip it so nobody would know who he truly is, just in case. He will get in trouble via the government, but hey, because the Demon Slayer Corps is not government official, like officially part of the government. So yeah, so he would flip it. It would be fully brown with like horizontal stripes going up the sleeves and the entire Hiyori, um, with like tan lines going through. Right, still wearing the um, reddish hue Demon Slayer like uniform. He would have like a nothing over it really over his head, except for like a hat, like a straw hat. Not like Luffy's, like the Akatsuki's. I forget what their actual that hat is actually called. But like when the Akatsuki first arrive in Naruto, Kisame and Itachi is wearing that type of hat. That's what Tanjiro is currently wearing, and it's kind of like covering his eyes mostly, and the scar on his face. He would go around in this getup, just asking around, person to person, asking about disappearances and blah blah blah. Right. He would also hide his sword from like the people, like on his back, kinda. Throughout the day that he when he arrived, and at night he would just patrol around, and then the scent would finally catch his nose again. See, the night that he got there, he was too late for the one lady that would have been taken. The guy's wife, by the way, the one guy's wife, or soon to be wife, fiance. Um, and then another lady that day that he was the day of, like the actual day Tanjiro went around getting the information, blah blah blah, right? He would meet the guy, he would talk, and then the scent would catch his nose again. And he would take off the box that has Nezuko in it, hand it to this guy, and he would say, try to keep up. Um, he would kind of like deepen his voice, so even if he does like, uh, so that he kind of hide his voice, he would kind of deepen it, like it's usually his voice was like, "Hey, man, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, yeah," like kind of like that, but he would kind of deepen it in the moment, try to keep up, like a very bad deepening, but like it would sound real, like it could possibly be a voice, right? And Tanjiro would go booking it, grabbing his katana in hand, his blade in hand, and running as fast as he could. Total concentration breathing. Wood breathing. Second form, warping willow. He would slice at the demon, demon's neck, but it would sink into his blood demon art. The bog demon, that guy. Yep, right. Sinking in, as it then would say, "Oh," as it would resurface like farther away from Tundra, and it would say, "Oh, look what we have here, a demon slayer." Now, the two other ones would leap up, claws showing in the moonlight, as they would both slash down onto Tanjiro, who would say, "Wood breathing, first form, splintering branches." He would thrust multiple times at both of these. Their arms would be just ripped up, and from the forearm down, it would just be mangled for both of them. That was had their like the slashing arms would be mangled from the multiple thrust. And now finally, the guy with Nezuko's box would be there, and he would say, "What is happening? Stay back, okay? If anything happens, open the box, point it towards the demon, and then back away." "What?" "You'll find out." Widening his stance, the two on the side of him would heel their arms, as then he would say, "This isn't exactly fair. So, how about I make it more fair? Wood breathing, third form, 5-leaf, maple slashes." Quickly on the one to his right, turning his back to the one on his left, he would slash 5 times. 2 at the shoulders, at 2 at the both slash at one shoulder, another slash at the other shoulder, at a slash at both knees, and then finally at the neck. Crash. Um, to Tanjiro and the one demon. Well, I think it was technically a clone. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, to that one and to Tanjiro, a maple leaf would a large, translucent, glowing green maple leaf would be under them, as Tanjiro would be standing in the middle of it, and that one would be standing at the tip of the 5th leaf, like the one straight in the middle, straight ahead of Tanjiro. Now, now it's a little bit more fair, as then he would turn around quickly to to block one attack of the demon, as then the other one would come in with uh, not the other demon, but the other hand would reach up and would be grabbed by Tanjiro's hand, like at the wrist. It would Tanjiro would break the wrist, throw its arm away, and then just punch it, and then like an elbow strike to the side of the head, as the demon would grab onto the sword, try to twist it out of Tanjiro's hand. Wouldn't work. Tanjiro would flip into the air, kick the demon in the head. It would let go of the blade, as then Tanjiro would be in the air, as he would say, "Fourth form." No, I messed up. Wood breathing, Fourth form, sailing cedar slash. Tanjiro would flip in the air. A head would fall, bounce a couple times off the ground as the body would then crash to the ground. Tanjiro's feet would land on the ground, but then get swallowed up by a bog. The one demon he used the third form on would be up. Got ya. And the first one, the actual main body, I believe, would say, "You two, deal with the man." And you get my point. Deal with the man. I will handle the demon slayer in the water. Then it would sink into its own bog. As the two demons' heads would roll to their body. Well, the one's head would roll to its body, reattach itself. I believe this is a thing it could probably do. I'm not entirely sure, because I'm pretty sure they are clones. So I'm guessing they could. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna fully assume so. Now, given it's not safe to assume on everything, because unbeknownst to most people, some trans have, wangs, and people don't know because a woman got a wang. You know what? I think I'm gonna quit YouTube after that. Now, given I don't have any problem with trans or um anything of that nature, but I think I'm gonna quit before I get myself in trouble. Yeah. The last video. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. Yep. Bye. I'm joking. I'm joking. I really hope I'm not offending anybody. I'm truly not. I truly hope I'm not offending anyone with anything I say. Don't take anything I say serious. I am a pure goofball. I'm a goofy goober. I am just funny guy, haha, that you can laugh at because he is probably going to get what he deserves. Anyways, I really hope I'm not offending anybody. Let me say that again. I'm very curious why women watch this. Are you like using your moms or something? I don't know. I feel it. Is there actually women who watch my videos? Could you comment down below if you are? I'm genuinely curious. Like, just fully curious. Like, honestly. Do you actually listen to this? Some guy in the middle of the woods recording stuff. Now, given I'm not in the middle of the woods right now, but I usually am, recording this on his phone and a mic. Man, I really should reconsider my life. I'm joking. I don't care. You can like it. I personally love doing this. As long as someone's happy I'm recording and posting my stuff, I'll keep on going. Okay? So I hope all of you enjoy my stuff. Yeah, I'm not quitting anytime soon. I do want money from this. Now, given that's not my main point of doing this, it just kind of added bonus. My main point was because I was bored one day. Like, oh, dude, I loved making stories in my head. Okay, when I was first about to do this, and yeah, that's how this all came to be. My second year anniversary will be on the 29th of this year, January 29th. 2024 is when I first posted my first video to this channel. Okay? To this channel. Okay? I don't recommend going back to my first video, but it's there. Either way, let's continue. Back down to Tanjiro. Nezuko would leap out of the box, kicking one of the demons' head off, and then they would fight. Okay. Tanjiro, looking around from where he is, he would say in his head, I'm underwater. You're in my domain now, Demon Slayer. It's so nice for you to join us. This is what he would be doing in his head. Just cringe, man. Cringe wasn't even a word back then. Either way, Tundra would look around, clothes, jewelry everywhere. In one person. They're floating. Well, I get how everyone disappeared now, at least. I know that for sure. It's these assholes doing it. Awesome. Well, good thing Waradaki taught me some strange abilities. Given he is the actually no, Tundra wouldn't know that. Tundra wouldn't know that. I mean, given he did help me with this entire style, because my father apparently did it, and they were apparently friends. It's something. Either way, can't really do much of breathing styles. Breathing. This is so annoying. Just he's zooming around, making a whirlpool. Wait a second. I'll just fight to my advantage. What am I talking about? Cedar trees were used to make boats. So, if I... Let's see if this works. Swimming up the whirlpool. Not whirlpool, but swimming up higher up. You'd breathe. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Yeah, Bubble from the Amazing Disco Circus appears and say, "Wow! Why are you underwater? You're stupid." Bleep, bloop, bleep. Bleh. I'm joking. But bubbles would fly from it, as then he would say, well, not he can't say it, but in his head, wood breathing, fourth form, growth, sailing cedar thrust. Blasting, like launching the water basically like a torpedo. Tundra would spin like sideways, like a torpedo. The demon would just look there and say, it would just stay, like still. Stupidly enough, yes, it would. It thinks, oh, Tanjiro, oh, this demon slayer can't do shite in where in my domain, so I'm just gonna stand here. Yeah, he didn't realize that Tanjiro will just throw his sword and will fight you bare knuckle. He would, after making momentum spinning, he would like take his palm, thrust it at the butt of the sword. It would blast off. The demon would blink once and never again. I mean, he could always just rip the sword out of his neck, halfway in his neck. So it would like be shocked, like this stunned moment, right? It would just stand there reaching up, the blade halfway through its neck, about to decapitate it, as Tanjiro would grab it and just pull it the rest of the way through as quickly as he could. And then kicking off of the demon's body, grabbing the lady, grabbing, sheathing his sword, and grabbing whatever he could before swimming up. As the other two would be already decapitated on the ground, turning to ash, alright, burning away. Okay, yeah, still alive. Hey, you! Me? Yes, you! Come over here! My hat. That's a gift. And as he would reach on his back, it's still there. Okay. You know basic needs of CPR? Yeah. Do it on her. As he would stand up, from inside of his coat, he would, not coat, Hiyori, still with the brown, like, horizontal lined one on, because still secret identity. Hey, he's not letting him see his actual Hiyori. I know that's probably not a good trick, but I guarantee it worked at some point in time. Just switching your clothes, like back in the Wild West days, everyone kind of just, don't care. You come back, change your name, and then yeah, you come back. You could come back in town. Uh, anyways, um, yeah, going through, taking a bunch of stuff out that he grabbed in a like a piece of cloth. He would set it down on the ground as the lady would awaken. But not awaken, like the she would finally get a actual breath. She would still be unconscious, but she'd be breathing. Would be the best way to say it. Tanjiro would say, "Hey, You know anybody? Like he does in canon, just grabbing a bunch of stuff and saying, hey, do you know any of this? Does any of this look familiar? I believe he does find his late fiance's like Hiyori, like a piece of it, or not Hiyori, like dress, kimono. There you go. I finally got it. Like a piece of it. Yeah, I believe it. He does that in canon too. I think. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't watched that Pacific episode in a while. But yeah, finding it, as Tanjiro then would say, as people would start running his way, he could smell it, he could hear it. Nezuko, get back in the box. Shutting it and putting the box on the back, the hat up, and he would say to the man, get this lady home safely, okay? And you stay safe yourself. No words of my presence, because I don't know what would happen if the government caught me. Heading out of the town, it would be heading into mid morning, like in the morning hours into it. Like he would be already on the road, heading to his next destination, which is Tokyo, I believe. Yeah, some demon was sighted there or something. The crow said it. I don't know. Anyways, head up, uh, turning his Yori back to the black with the green. Hold on. Oh, definitely. A brown Hiyori with green limbs running up it. Um, it still works as like a reversible Hiyori. Still works. Tan and brown versus brown and green. Yeah. Still, it works. I'm not changing it. Um, Either way, with that, he would switch it back. He would be on his merry way. Um, Eating rations, some rations on the way. Um, about a couple miles before he would reach Tokyo, he would reach a smaller town, just a couple like stalls and stuff. So he'd go in, buy some more. Well, there would be actually no. He would be out on the outside of Tokyo by this point, nearly at dark. He would stop at the same miso noodle um, shop that he does in Canon. Now, actually eating the stuff without being yelled at, hat down on his back, uh, the boxless Nezuko set it on the ground. And he's just sitting on the bench eating miso noodles. He would sit there for a while, his sword hidden again. Right. The man would say, already done? Yes. Could I have another bowl, please? That's not his voice. Yes, sir. Could I also have another bowl, please? That's the same. Yes, yes. Um, just, I forget their currency. Like 1 yen? No, that would be way too cheap. Good lord. Like 200 yen for a refill, and the whole entire thing would probably be like 500 yen, which I think corresponds to like $5 in US buckaroos. So I don't know the conversion rates, man. I don't know. I don't know myself. Either way, um, buying it, eating the second bowl, as then it would finally reach midnight, or a little bit before midnight, nearly 11 ish, or later 11 like hour nearing 12. He would finish the bowl, set it down, say thank you, as he would then put up his hat, grab his box, and head into Tokyo, actually, this time. Or did he leave Nezuko? I believe he might have left Nezuko in the at the miso shop. No, he didn't. Before heading in, though, he would like divot off into a more um a less crowded area, switching his Hiyori inversed the horizontal tan lines instead of the green limbs of a tree going up his actual Hiyori. Putting the hat on, making sure it covered his eyes to everyone else, but he could still see. And plus, he wouldn't really have to see, he could just really just smell his way around. But either way, putting the box back on, sword hidden, he would head in. First, into an alleyway, or out of an alleyway and onto the main street. Looking around, saying to himself, wow, this place is huge. A lot of lights. I don't believe it's anything like the red light district, though. I don't know, maybe. Only been there once, though, because my dad took me when I was like 6. I don't remember exactly. Took me when I was 6, and really an odd place to take your 6-year-old. But he met with an old friend of his or something. I don't remember. Young looking man, handsome. There's 3 women there, though. Weird. I don't know. Something about whatever he did when he was younger. I don't remember. No, don't remember that guy's name. All I remember, he has white hair, weird face thing, red dots. The women, I think. I remember one, a nicer one. The one just cried a lot. The one really got angry. Hinaratsu? Mate, I don't remember. Something with an H. Hina, Hina, oh, sorry, sir. He would accidentally bump in a taller man, black hair, red eyes, white pants, black shoes, a relatively good-looking black shirt with like gold trim on the sleeves and the bottom of the coat at the collar. He smelled like a demon, though. He was pale, so maybe. He would just kind of stare at this man for a little bit, as the man would say, it's no problem. A child in hand. But yet he knew he smelled like a demon. Hmm. Sorry, once again, sir. It is fine, young one. Not young one, uh, child. See, Tanjiro, even though he's relatively short, he's 18. Actually, he'd probably be taller than by that point. Because he was 16 when everything happened. It's been well, now 8 years since his father passed, since I was when he was 10. God, he would be taller. He'd be like 5'7", given that's how tall I am. But hey, I know that 5'7" in centimeters. It's something like that. But let's go a little bit taller. So maybe like, I know like 5. It's 5 when he was like 5'8". So let's just go there. Just make him like 5'7". Okay. Anyways, walking away, but yet still close to this man. Even though it would still be a very strong scent, he was not sure. Maybe this guy was a demon slayer. Maybe. But he doubts it. Especially as the man turned back, looking straight into it at him, scratching a man on the neck, and Tanjiro could tell what was happening. So he is Muzan Kibutsuki. I'm sorry, I can't say Muzan's last name. Kibutsuki, I don't know how to say it. Like I know how to say it, but I'm gonna butcher it. Is the issue? Kibutsuji. I probably butchered that. But yeah. So he is, and he just turned that man into a demon. We can't let anyone be slaughtered out here. I want to make sure he actually did that, though. I could always track him with my nose. So either I just incapacitate this man by knocking him out and chase after him, or that's my only plan. I have to do it. The man that was scratched would be on his knees, saliva just just gushing out. His teeth would grow a little bit larger. His wife or someone of that name, like partner, would be there, like, "Hey, honey, are you okay? What is happening? Is this your medicine? I told you not to take that from that weird guy." Tundra would walk up slowly and say, "Ma'am, please, a traveling doctor. Are you actually?" You can say that. Um, okay. The man would snap at Tanjiro as Tanjiro would take his blade and just like use the butt side of the actual blade to just hit him in the temple as he would fall. Tanjiro catching him in his arms as he would lay him down. Um, I've never seen this before. Uh, as then he would scream, Muzan Kibutsuji, you can't run. Even though Muzan is not in sight anymore, he is still in his smell distance. He can still smell him. Muzan's wife and child would, well, wife would say, um, I don't remember what she called him, but calling him whatever name he was going under by that time. Did you know him, honey? No, I didn't. Well, I'm only asking because he seemed to know you by the way he was staring at you. Maybe I maybe reminded him of somebody. I don't know. Tanjiro is still wearing the Hanafuda earrings, even though you can't see them under the hat. I mean, you probably see the bottom of them in reality. I don't know. Either way, uh, Muzan would set the child in and his wife with quotations around it into the car and say to the driver, taking blah blah blah, and he would say, "I have a couple other things to do here, and then I'll be right with you all. Okay, I'll come home. Okay, okay. Bye bye, bye bye. Love you, Papa." You get the whole entire that interaction. He would walk away, heading to alleyway, going off to have his tantrum. Everyone would be looking at Tanjiro after he would yell that name. And he would look at the lady and say, sorry, it was just nothing. But yeah. Then Tamio's, her bloody demon art would happen. Right, it would happen. Uh, they would take the man away, and yeah, whatever. I don't know how to explain it besides that. Like, Tanjiro legit just disappears from everyone's sight. Like, the woman would say, "What happened?" I doubt he was actually a doctor. I swear, it was probably that same guy who gave him the medicine, but oh, whatever. And then the like officials, like the police would run up. The woman would say, "Blah blah blah, man in a striped, horizontal striped Hiyori," like describing Tanjiro. Yeah, that would happen. They would be hunting Tanjiro. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, going through, they would talk to Tamio and Yushiro for a little bit. Nezuko would get attached to Tamio quite quickly, as she does in canon. Um, right, the man will start be treated. Okay, semi. Um, right. Anyways, they would talk for a little bit as two demons would approach. Tamari demon? I don't know their actual names. Oh gosh. I mean, I feel like I probably should, right? But yeah, it's the Tamari demon and the Arrow demon. Let me try to get their names. I don't care about the synopsis. I don't care. Susumaru and Yanaba. Yanaba, probably the Arrow. Yeah. Yeah. Susumaru is the, yeah, that one. That's next part. Anyways, these two demons, Yanaba and Susumaru, would arrive. Immediately going on the offensive with Susumaru instantly attacking, like the building with her Tamari ball. I believe that's what it is. I'm not entirely sure. But yet Tanjiro would not have let his guard down. Mostly, like he would still have his up, like his guard up. Mostly because of uh, Yushiro not really trusting him or Tamayo, for that matter. Like they could instantly just turn on him, like in an instant. They are still demons, right? But maybe he could trust them. So he would, after a while, he would let his guard down a little bit. But yeah, as the ball would finally rush, like go through the building, Tundra would instantly draw his sword and pierce it. That's why you don't let your guard down. Should have known. Anyways, oi, I think you lost something. As he would like rip it off his sword, but yeah, it would still like fight back, like trying to just rip out of his grip. He would walk out, say, and turning before he would go though, saying, "Hide somewhere." He would say to Nezuko, "Hey, help these two, and then go around back, loop around, flank them." Bah! Uh, mm, I don't know how. I forget how it sounds. But either way, doing this would lead them. Well, Tamio and Yushiro would hide somewhere, find somewhere safe, as Nezuko would do so, help them out, and then go around back, go through the back somehow, like back door or something, and then loop around. But as they would do that, Tanjiro would walk out, blade in hand, with the Tamari ball on it, because I retcon. Walking out, and he would see these two standing there, and Tanjiro would say, I believe you dropped this, as he would rip it off and throw it back to the one with the Susumaru, because she would have another. Yeah. What do y'all want? Your head. Well, that isn't very, pleasant. I'm still kind of using it right now. Uh, so, yeah, not happening. I told you this would happen, Susumaru. Shut up! I don't care if you're right or you're wrong. So shut your mouth, freak. How am I the freak when you can grow 4 arms? I'm gonna do the Demon Slayer job for him if you don't shut your mouth. Oh wow, I'm so scared of your balls. Good thing I have bigger ones than you do. What is that supposed to mean? We both know what that's supposed to mean. Tanjiro would begin laugh, like kind of giggling, like balls. So, we gonna get this over with, or you all gonna fight like an old married couple? Shut up, Demon Slayer. I have a name. Uh, Tanjiro Kamado. I'm guessing Mr. Muzan sent you after me, huh? Maybe. I already know the truth, man. I already saw them. Now, given, tried to do something, but had different things to take care of at the moment. So, yeah. Anyways, you two are gonna burn to ash and go back to hell. Anyways, yeah. Shall we begin? They would stare off at each other for a quick second before Susumaru would start throwing would throw the two Tamari balls at Tanjiro, who would just duck down and roll to the side as they would then bounce off of the uh, building behind and bounce back, kind of rebounding. Tanjiro would turn around, spin around low, dodging again, and jumping over the second one. As then he would run at, like, rush up to the Arrow Demon, Yanaba, and say, well, then he would make in his head, total concentration breathing. Wood breathing, seventh form, blooming evergreen. He would rush up real quick. Like, as he would get closer, he would crouch down, spin, like, as he would crouch down, and then, like, go up, kinda, and slash in up with, like, a arcing slash upwards, trying to go for the neck. But a Tamari ball would be thrown at him, so he would have to jump out of the way before he could do so. And Yanaba would just kind of, he would run away. Fine. If this is gonna how this is gonna go, I'll just go after you first, lady. He would rush forward, quickly jumping, leaping into the air. Wood breathing, sixth form, tall crust, redwood. As the two other arms would just rip out of the sides of this one demon, Susumaru, just ripping out of her sides, and two other Tamari balls would appear. She would start just rapidly throwing them at Tanjiro. And as they would come hurling at him, he would slash them into pieces. Just halves. Like, as he would come back down, just slashing and thrusting many times, just one after another. The halves would become halves. Those halves would become other halves, as then he would reach Susumaru for real as then he would slash two arms on like the same side, like the right arms, just clean off. But the other two arms would grab the blade, as then the other two arms would just grow back rapidly. But Tanjiro would grab one and just like kick the other one like at the bicep and just snap it like backwards, and it kind of would just hang there for a little bit before actually like healing back. Susumaru would say, as he would after he would do this, he would say, "You, you fight real scrappy for a demon slayer. What else do you expect? You have four arms, I have two." As then he would headbutt her in the face. His like her nose would just like crumble, just crush. Ow! Good lord! Her nose was like her one free arm. She would just grab up her nose and just like, ow! That really hurt, man. You sound stupid. As then he would elbow her in the stomach. Or, and you know, he wouldn't be able to. He's trying to stop the other arms. He would knee her in the stomach. He would finally grab his blade out before he would get caught by an arrow and just led away. Just launched away in the opposite direction. As Susumaru would say, I had that, Yanaba. No, you didn't. I could tell. I'm not stupid. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Would I be so stupid to not dodge an attack by a human with no blade in his hand? What do you mean by that? I mean kicking your arm, breaking it. Weirdly, I'm out of strength for the human, but anyways. And then the headbutt to your nose and anything akin to that. Well, I had no choice. I was kind of trying to get his blade and trying to just break his neck. But yet you didn't. Shut up! Where did he go? Where did you send him? Into the air. You know how dumb that was? I don't believe it was dumb. And then Tanjiro, you could hear Tanjiro say, well, I do. As in, he would have his blade up above his head, just like about to throw it. And then finally, just he would chuck that thing straight into Yanaba's neck, pinning him against the tree. Just fully, like, straight through the neck. Like, the blade would be, like, stuck in the tree. Like, Yanaba would try to rip it out, but he wouldn't be able to. Told you. Anyways, back to where we were. Yes. 4 arms versus 2. Yeah, this doesn't seem fair. As Nezuko would just appear and just would kick her head off. Just like mouth and up would not mouth and up. Like above the like mouth and up would just be gone. Yep. Hey, you can hold her off, right, Nezuko? Thanks. Now I gotta find a way up this tree. That fall did hurt like hell. I think it may have broke my foot. Maybe not my foot. Maybe my leg. Either way. Yep. Okay. Yep. Hey. Damn asshole. Why is there poison ivy? Damn you. Finally. Hi. Yeah, I have no idea what you're trying to say. And I don't care anyways. So, yeah, what's the entire plan here? Anyways, yeah, hold on, sit still. I swear to God, if you throw me away with an arrow again, I'll take your head off now. I'll rip your head off with my hands, okay? So stop trying to throw me away. I'm legit in the air by this point, and if you do this anymore, I'm gonna bring my sword through the middle of your face and up. I don't care. As then he would finally rip it out and just elbow the man in the face and then throw him off the tree. Yep. And then he would jump down, he would land on this man's chest, and then point the blade at his neck. Bye. No. No. Bye to you. What? He would be thrown away by an arrow. Through the roof of the house. Out of the house. Back into the house. Out of the house. He's making this entire house like a amusement park, basically. Just many different places. Just eventually he would like stop. He would just drop to the ground. Tanjiro would be cut up from glass and just catching like concrete, like the blocks, and just catching everything basically. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that totally works out. I need to get rid of this guy very quickly. As then he would sheath his sword. He would say, "Yep." Mm-hmm. Hello, Lizzie. Well, now if I really think about it, I could see those arrows. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I gotta get my sister back to being a human. Yeah, this really works out for me. Yeah, it just really does. He would like try to stretch. His entire back would crack. His shoulder would just relocate itself, and he would roll his neck. It would crack like multiple times, and yeah, just a bunch of load of fun. Yeah, my leg's definitely broke. Maybe it's just cracked. Maybe. I'm hoping it's just cracked, but okay. He would throw the hat one way, as an arrow would just pierce it, and just throw it away. Total concentration breathing. Wood breathing. Fifth form. White cherry flash. To Yanaba and anyone else who would see this, 5 different, actually, uh, yeah, 5 different Tanjiros would be running at Yanaba. Like, there's no difference between any of them, just 5 different ones running as quick as he could straight at Yanaba. One after one, arrows would pierce them, and they would just flutter away in a a bunch of white cherry blossom petals before the last one would then just poof into another poof of cherry blossom, but then they would all reconstruct right in front of him, blades drawn, but then they'd all disperse in the wind as Tanjiro would reappear behind him, and the click of the sword re-entering its sheath would be heard. But before Yanaba could turn around, he would see his body before he would see Tanjiro standing there behind him. The last words out of Yanaba's mouth would be, "How? How did you do that?" You're not the only one with a magical power, I guess. Even though mine's just breathing. I didn't need to get blood from a weird guy to get my powers. Oh god, my leg was definitely correct. Landing and the buildings, probably. What did me in? He would start limping back to just see amalgamation of arms just shooting out of Susumaru's face and body. And then she would turn to ash. As then he would say, "What did I miss?" And then Nezuko would rush up and just envelop him in a hug. "How you been? You did good. Now where the hell did my hat go?" And it would just float down, just land on Nezuko's head. No, on Tamio's head. Yushiro would say, "Ugh!" and just swat it off of her head. And Tamio would say, "Yushimaru!" No, I keep on mixing up. "Yushiro! Quit! Be present!" "Yes, Lady Tamio." And then she would just crouch down, pick up the hat, and hand it back to Tanjiro. "Well, I wish you all good luck on your next venture. Me and Yushiro, will be needing a new hideout, I guess." "Yeah, sorry about this. I'm gonna mostly blame me, but, mostly. Because they were after me, not you all." Eh, either way, happy you two are safe. We are too, Tanjiro Kamado. You know, you remind me of someone I used to know. He was a swordsman like you. Red, well, he had reddish black hair. Well, you have the... Actually, what is his hair? I forget. While you have brownish green. But yet your eyes, the mark on your forehead, but the way you stand is weirdly similar too. Anyways, come on in. We shall head to the basement to let you all. Um, we have to go. We don't want to trouble you all with any more experiences. But please, wait. Let us at least treat your wounds. You are. Yeah, it kind of does sting. And he would just be riddled with, like, cuts and bruises. There would be, like, a chunk of, like, brick and or, like, concrete in his leg. Oh. So that's why it's broke. Your actual bone of your leg is not actually broken. There's just a chunk of rock against it. Must have been when that guy was throwing me around with his arrows. Uh, could you get that help, maybe? Um, yes, yes, yes. Anyways, that's where I'm going to end it here for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope to see you all next time. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening. Are you actually, like, do women actually listen to this? That's still what I'm questioning. Anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you all come back next time. Roll the dice. Bye bye.